yard, and the police got the call that the juvenile who just went
Cross the yard.
He just got raped. It coming in on the radio. You know exactly what I'm talking about, because they were cousins
up there. Fact.
He went across the yard.
That boy came all the way. He broke his wrist after that. After that, he broke his whole wrist. He broke both of his wrists. Every time you seen it, was broke.
Yeah, he was fighting a little bit on Juvenile. He went across the yard.
Oh, he was fighting hard on Juvenile. We thought he was going to be 1-on-1.
Yeah, they broke him over there.
So what role did, because I heard y'all talk about some gang affiliations and gang activity outside, what role does that play on the inside?
My gang, the gang that I was in at the time, me being mafia, is not in prison. That's a Macon, Georgia gang. So it's very rare that I see one of my homies from my neighborhood. And it's a few, you know what I'm saying? But it's rare. It might be 2 or 3 of us at one prison. You know what I'm saying? The more predominant gangs, the Crips, the Bloods, the GDs, they everywhere. I can't tell you about that because I mind my business. I don't get in them folk business. That they gang business, I ain't part of it. I ain't getting in it.
So for me, I stopped all that in the juvenile. When I got to prison, I wasn't representing nothing to nobody. But I drew closer to those ones, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I wasn't representing anything. In today's time, that's kind of dangerous. Because somebody know you to be something, and then when you get over here, now you're not representing. Like you don't just get a pass to just not participate.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know,
that's a fact.
So,
unless you graduated.
I got blessed to the point where nobody ever tried me, approached me, even when I came home.
Only way you get a pass now, you got to turn Muslim. Yeah, it's just simple.
Or Christian, because I got a lot of guys that up under Shahada Tang right now. You know what I mean? Or that's Christian right now that don't mix and mingle that stuff. You know what I mean? My whole almost up to the feds, I was on gang time. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, man, gang time behind the wall is just like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta be you violent. Everything come down to who the most violent person. And nothing else, and then, your paper go
with you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got
speak for you.
Exactly. It like
would y'all say it's fair to say that inside you have to become something that you probably aren't just to survive, or like you said, predator or prey?
Yeah. You gonna have to turn up. It got to be in you. Like if it's in you, then it's like for me, and it's not. I ain't saying it to be like ooh, because I don't like nothing about it. You know what I mean? But I've been in there so much my whole life that it's really not. Let's second nature to me, that place. I don't never want to go back to that place. Don't get me wrong, but if I, you know what I'm saying, like it's nothing that shit don't excite me.
Automatically kick in.
Yeah, it don't nothing about that stuff excite me. When I see them videos, dudes get stabbed up and all, I be thinking about how we used to be on that floor going knife to knife. Yeah. I done got stabbed all in my head going knife to knife, and made you go get your knife, that kind of knife to knife, run you down with knives. I done stabbed so many guys in the prison system, they can write a book about me. You see what I'm saying? Took so many phones and did a lot of violent stuff behind that wall that I'm not proud of. You see what I'm saying? But like you just asked, it's an environment where we got to really adapt. And if I'm a gang culture and they were going on, that means if you get into something, I got to bag that play. If he righteous over here, I got to bag that play. If you come in unrighteous, I got to make sure you get like, and it wasn't until I got older so I started realizing like, man, how many of these niggas really gonna, if when they get real, like they really here for me, my family, you know what I'm saying? And when I look around, who I got, really my brothers, the ones that sit here with me.
What's something you learned on the inside that has changed your perspective on life, period?
My son? Yeah, as soon as I had my baby, it was I just said, man, I'm gonna give up a lot of stuff. So that's when my transition started.
I'm gonna tell you, for me, situation that happened with this guy named Boatwright changed my life in a sense. It's something I learned inside. I learned that you can really come here and not make it back home. Because when he died in the prisons, I was next door. I was in the next building. So I seen when they brought his body out of the stretcher. I didn't know what was going on, but I seen it. And then when I found out what was going on in that morning,
they called over there on thing.
I had an epiphany. Like, you can really not. He was 18 years old. You
Yep.
can really not make it back out of here.
Just
So
went across the yard.
it's like my whole heart changed then, and I started getting real particular with who I'm around and different stuff back against the wall. You know, stop playing so much. Like grow up quick. It made me grow up quick. All that laughing and playing and trying to be friendly, all that was dead. You know, because I really felt like how his situation happened.
That can happen to anybody.
Yeah, it can happen to anybody. Yeah.
His situation. I saw him come out on the stretcher, but I was on lockdown. I was on high max at the time, but the way the building was angled, I could see E-Unit with them bringing him out. I could see the helicopter coming land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could see all of this, but I think it just showed, his situation showed me that it really can just happen to anybody. I don't care who you are, how tough you are. And, you know, Boat Rocker cool. He wasn't no tough guy. He ain't portrayed a tough guy role or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? It can still happen to anybody. Because just like I said, one of the guys who came from Juvenile, he was tough up here in Juvenile with him. His second, third day, cross that yard, you a fish over here now.
You was at a disadvantage coming to Alto as a juvenile. You was at a disadvantage. Majority of the yard, they shooting the shit with the younger guy. They trying to see, like, okay, who's the weak? Yeah, exactly.
You turn around and look.
What shooting it mean?
Like, when they shoot,
they shooting the shit. They might say, like back when you know,
you got some pretty lip. They get a response. See, and you just like, oh,
you gonna let it slide?
Yeah. You need to be hitting somebody in the mouth. It ain't no
oh yeah, see, they didn't. The real guys, but they didn't even like. They don't even play like that. But you got it. You feel me? Be like that. That shit was crazy. Like, we ain't play like that. Like, now we had homeboys that would play with other little niggas like that. You see what I'm saying? That we ain't even approve of. But we didn't play like that. Like the gay games and the shooting the shit and like it was cool. Cause you know, you got some guys, they even do it and ain't gay at all.
Yeah,
these some stand-up guys, like that serious guys that do it. But then you got but shooting shit could be anything.
So it's a different world in there to where you can do this in here and get away with it, but on the street you can't.
They close Alto down.
It's the reverse. It's a reverse way. Stuff that you can do on the street, you're not finna do.
Like you just calling another man a bitch. You know.
That's not gonna roll on
you won't even get the CH out.
Man, a nigga called me a bitch in my dream. I woke up looking for that nigga. I ain't bullshit.
Real. That's real. That's like the trigger.
Any nigga looked like that nigga.
I think certain people just knew like, nah, that little nigga ain't with it, or he ain't with it, or nah, I could try him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, most of the time, really, with the light skinned boys and the white boys, like, man, I want no light skin.
Man, them niggas did not play with me.
Dog nigga all my life.
Interview and nigga from Alto, man, and say Pee Wee, man. Pee Wee Sprout Devil Son-in-Law, man. Them niggas did not play with me, man. Period. Alto, man, hey, man, really him. I ain't played with them niggas at all. And it's not. It's like it made that for that environment. Okay, you had to be like that. But I done been to prisons where it wasn't all that stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That just was Alto. That just was back then during the early 2000s when 2005, the feds took over Alto. They closed it down because it's so violent. Right. It was so many rapes and murders. It was so many stabbings. So Alto eventually got closed down. I was still there. I was still in Alto when the females was there. When they brought the females there, I was still in Alto, pushing laundry carts up there and talking to them through the gate. You see what I'm saying? So I'm still there. When I left Alto, it was to go to the prison that they swapped out with the women. So we went to Washington State Prison, and a lot of guys from all over came. Washington State Prison, and from there, it made me even worse. Like Alto made me even worse for the respect. I'm gonna go through this whole bid, making sure you respect me.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I did my bid. Alto made me more violent because in YDC, we fought in YDC, but it wasn't fights every day because we all from Macon and them there in YDC and the Macon YDC, we all them.
We just get our hand right, man.
Yeah, we just really fight.
We did that in Juvenile.
But Alto made me violent, and the reason that it made me violent is because they try you with anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just anything. Everybody, it's just too much testosterone. Too many men just walking around with chips on their shoulders. and it'll turn you like that. That's why I say either you're gonna be a predator or you're gonna be
I remember I punched Sergeant Moore in the mouth. She was a sergeant, but her nigga, the same one I told you kicked my tray, I punched his wife in the mouth. Punched his wife in the mouth before I even knew who he was. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know who I was. But I really didn't do it like deliberately, but it happened to it. It was me, Penguin. We were fighting the little Mexican officer and Miss Browner. We were fighting them two, and she ran through the door and grabbed me from the back, and I turned around, spit in the hill, and her shit swole up fast. And man, I forget the white man name that was the warden at the time, Alto. Tony Turpin, man. Tony Turpin came in there with the search team. They got me on the floor, chained down. Tony Turpin came in there. Tony Turpin said, "You put your hands on my female officer?
He was a little
boy, you ain't never getting out the hole. You might as well go ahead and pack your shit, man." Them folk boxed my shit up and stuck me in the box for like 6 months. Safety security for the institution. And as soon as I got out, I went in out 30 days. I hit another one in the mouth because she grabbed me by the neck. I forget her name, man. She looked like she wore the white makeup, like the Addams Family looking motherfucker.
Yeah, she had like the red cheek.
Yeah, and I knocked some of that makeup off. But I was young and I was angry. You got to think about it. Yeah. I'm angry. I ain't got no family really there for me like that. When they do get a little money, because you got to think about it. All my sisters and brothers, they still teenagers too.
Yeah, we eating together.
They can't send me nothing.
Him eating together in Juvenile. My mom,
man, everything we bust down.
Sending me money.
We bust down everything, man.
Yeah, what I was gonna say about the Juvenile too, what was different for us, we came in together. Yeah. So it was always one unit. If you fighting him, you fighting 3 people. Man, that's a fact.
Yeah,
you fighting me, you fighting 3 people.
That's a fact. I was slapboxing the nigga one time, and this nigga came out of nowhere and just Purdue. I'm slapboxing Purdue. All I see is Mike just fly by me. Bum, 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 bum. I'm like, oh, Mike. Hold on. Mike just went to where happened to dude, man. Mike was on him. B Rich the same way. Me and B Rich, you know how many dude, me and B Rich at that YDC, we got on back to back to back. Them niggas know what's going on, man. Them niggas know what's going on.
I got to him with somebody.
Them niggas know what's going on.
He came out the shower, but nigga.
B Rich ain't never played with him.
Yeah,
B Rich was the fight out of all of us. B Rich was the fight out of all 3 of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was the nigga that gon' you feel period.
Nobody gets spared. But yeah. I forgot. I think I was finding somebody from Folk Valley. He heard about. He was in the shower bathing. I don't know what he was. He was in the shower. He ran out the shower, towel on.
I remember that. That when it popped off.
Yeah.
I think I was on lockdown though.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, y'all niggas run up and down the hall. Hula hoop was out there too. Yeah. I was looking out the window, hitting the door.